Good day everyone, I am Rizal Joy P. Osorio. Today, our group of Shoma Canoy Villegas and I will discuss property surveys and why they matter. Property surveys help define land boundaries, ensure legal ownership, and prevent disputes. They also support infrastructure projects by providing accurate data for planning and zoning. Our report will cover different types of property surveys in the Philippines, the government agencies and private groups involved, and why this is important for surveyors, engineers, policymakers, and landowners. So let's start with the basics. What are property surveys? Simply put, these are official measurements of land. They show where one property ends and another begins, which is important for avoiding land disputes and ensuring legal ownership. Kung walay survey, ang tao is basi magtukod lang siya og balay diha nga dili sa iyahang property or iyang magbaligya siya og property with unclear boundaries. Aside from legal purposes, property surveys also help in planning roads, buildings, and other infrastructure. Local governments rely on survey data for zoning rules, like where businesses, houses, or farms should be located. Without accurate surveys, development projects can run into problems. Now, our study focuses on two key points. First, we'll break down the classification of property surveys done in the Philippines, and different surveys serve different purposes. Some confirm ownership, others help in construction, and some are used for government mapping. Second, we'll look at who conducts these surveys. The government plays a big role. Agencies like the DNR and Land Registration Authority or LRA handle land records, while geodetic engineers and private survey firms do the actual field work. Knowing who's involved helps us understand the process better. So, why does this matter? Property surveys are important for many people, not just engineers and surveyors, but also landowners and policymakers. Clear land records and this prevent legal issues, support development, and ensure fair land distribution. So that's the overview. Next, we will dive into the classification of property surveys and how they work.
Classification of property surveys in the Philippines. So we have the legal and administrative surveys. So under these legal and administrative surveys, we have the cadastral surveys, which is a cadastral survey is a type of land survey conducted for land registration, titling, and subdivision. Establish property boundaries and provides legal documentation for land ownership. So for the purpose of this cadastral survey is for the land registration, titling, and resolving land disputes. It is governed by the Land Management Bureau under the DENR or the Department of Environment and National Resources. Example for this cadastral survey is municipality undergoes a cadastral survey to map and confirm land ownership for proper titling and tax declaration. Another example is uh, natay landowner nga nag-request og cadastral survey to legally subdivide and register ang iyahang property before niya ibaligya. Next is the isolated land survey. It is a type of individual land survey conducted for titling of a specific parcel of land. Specific parcel of land. It is processed through of course, the DENR, and it is separate from the large cadastral survey. Ang purpose ani niya is for titling, land registration, and ownership verification of a specific land parcel. It's also governed by the DENR and the Management Bureau. So, ang kalainan aning isolated survey no sa cadastral survey is covers small specific parcels of land unlike sa cadastral survey nga which cover the entire municipalities. Example ani dili po day. Ay pong application pud ani no kay naatay it required when an individual applies for land titling under the programs like the free patent, sales patent, and homestead patent. So, an example for this is natay farmer nga nag-apply siya og land title and nag-conduct og isolated land survey para ma-verify ang mga land boundaries. Another example is natay landowner nga with untitled property, nag-request siya og isolated land surveys to apply for a pre-patent title under sa DENR. The public land survey. We all know that the public land survey is conducted on government-owned lands to determine the classification, allocation, and management. It helps identify whether the land should be used for town site reservations, forest lands, ancestral domains, agricultural lands, or other public purposes. So, ang purpose ani niya no kay to classify and allocate government lands for proper management and use. Is also governed by the DENR. So, natay mga type of public land survey no katong natay katong town site reservation survey, forest land delimitation survey, ancestral domain survey, agricultural land survey. An example for this is the government conducts a forest land survey to protect the watershed area from illegal settlements. And also, naay ancestral domain survey nga gi-perform para ma-define ang lands sa mga indigenous community before sila i-grant og kanang tinatawag nga CADT or CADT or Certificate of Ancestral Domain Title. So in short, ang public land survey ga-classify o ga-allocate og government lands for townsite forests, ancestral domains, and other public purposes para ensure ang land management. So the next classification of property surveys in the Philippines is the engineering and infrastructure related surveys. So first naatay construction survey. It is conducted to provide precise measurements and layout markings for civil works projects such as naatay katong roads, ang mga bridges, mga buildings, and other infrastructure. So ang purpose ani niya no is for accurate positioning, alignment, and elevation control of structures. It is governed by the DPWH or the Department of Public Works and Highways, LGU or the local government units, and private construction firms. Example ano niya no is before mag construct og bridge, ang mga engineers mag-perform og construction survey to mark foundation location and to verify alignment with the road network. Another is natay building project nga nag-requires og construction survey to ensure ang columns, ang beams, o ang mga floors kay naka-position correctly. So in short, a construction survey is essential for infrastructure projects, ensuring structures are built accurately based on approved designs under the DPWH, LGU, or private sector supervision. Next is the topographic survey, which measures land elevations, contours, and natural man-made features to provide detailed terrain data for development planning. It is essential for design buildings, roads, drainage systems, and other infrastructures. Ang purpose ani niya is to determine the shape, the elevation, and the physical features of the land. And ginagamit ni siya sa mga, of course, sa mga geodetic engineer, architects, urban planners, and many more. So, example alin niya is, before mag-construct og housing subdivision, um, Developers kay mag-conduct na sila og topographic survey with the help of the geodetic engineer to determine the flood risk and grading requirements. Another is a highway project requires topographic survey to analyze terrain slopes and drainage paths. In short, ang topographic survey is essential for development planning and providing accurate elevation and contour data for engineers, architects, and urban planners.
So good day everyone. So my topic for today is all about private and specialized property survey. So first we have a subdivision survey. It divides a land parcel into smaller lots, while a consolidation survey merges multiple parcels into one, both requiring legal approval and registration. Second, we have a boundary survey. It determines property lines and legal land ownership, while a relocation survey re-establish laws and unclear boundaries based on historical records and field measurement. So the third is the Geodetic Control Survey, establishes precise reference points on the Earth surface using high accuracy positioning method, such as GPS and triangulation, to support mapping engineering and land survey. And the last is the hydrographic survey, maps underwater features, shorelines and water depth for navigation and coastal management, while a bathymetric survey specifically measure underwater topography and depth to create detailed seabed profiles.
Good day, everyone. I am Freya Kate Aviles Canay, and I will be discussing the key agencies and institutions involved in land surveying and management in the Philippines. First is the Land Management Bureau. It regulates cadastral and public land surveys. Cadastral surveys establish property boundaries for land titling. For instance, LMB oversees surveys used in the distribution of lands under the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program. Next is the National Mapping and Resource Information Authority, or NAMRIA. It is responsible for national geodetic and hydrographic surveys. An example is NAMRIA's Geodetic Control Network, which provides accurate reference points for mapping and development projects. The Land Administration Authority manages land titles and property records. A key example is the computerized land titling system, which helps prevent fraudulent transactions and ensures secure land ownership records. The Department of Public Works and Highways oversees construction surveys for infrastructure projects. A notable example is the DPWH's role in surveying road alignments for national highways and bridges to ensure proper design and implementation. The Housing and Land Use Regulatory Board regulates subdivision surveys for real estate development. It ensures that residential subdivisions comply with zoning laws and environmental regulations before approval. And lastly, the local government units. It implements land use planning and approves certain surveys within their jurisdiction. An example is the issuance of zoning clearances by LGUs for commercial or residential land development projects. These agencies work together to ensure proper land use, accurate mapping, and secure land ownership in the Philippines.
At this point, we will be now discussing the legal and administrative sources of course, the types of surveys and who are the agencies that is required or tasked to manage such surveys. So first, we have Presidential Decree number 1529 or the Property Registration Decree. Now, its purpose is to establish the torrent system in the Philippines, ensuring legal ownership and land title registration. It mandates that all property surveys used for land survey comply with government regulations. Now, according to Article 6, Section 32 of RA 1529, surveys, plans, and technical descriptions of lands intended for registration must be approved by the Director of Lands, now the Land Management Bureau of DENR, and conducted by a licensed geodetic engineer. And according to Article 6, Section 51, every certificate of title shall set forth the property's technical description, which must be derived from an officially approved cadastral or isolated survey. Next, we have Article or Republic Act number 8560 or the Philippine Government Engineering Act of 1998. Its purpose is to regulate the practice of genetic engineering, ensuring that only licensed professionals conduct property surveys in the Philippines. Article 1, Section 4 states that a geodetic engineer is authorized to execute all kinds of surveys, including cadastral, land classification, mineral, hydrographic, and photogrammetric surveys. Article 4, Section 26 states that all property surveys for titling, land registration, and infrastructure projects must be signed and sealed by a duly licensed geodetic engineer. Next, we have the Land Management Bureau or the LMB of the DNR, regulations on cadastral and public land surveys. Now, its purpose is to outline the procedures for conducting cadastral and isolated land surveys, ensuring that public and private lands are properly mapped. DNR Administrative Order Number 2007-29, Section 5 states that all cadastral surveys shall be conducted under the supervision of the Land Management Bureau, with geodetic control points referenced to the Philippine Reference System of 1992 or the PRS 92. DNR Administrative Order Number 2010-13, Section 3, all isolated land surveys for individual titling shall follow the standard projection system and technical description format prescribed by the Bureau. Next, we have the National Mapping and Resource Information Authority or the NAMRIA. The purpose of NAMRIA, it is the responsible for conducting geodetic control surveys and producing national topographic and cadastral maps. Executive Order Number 192, Section 22 states that NAMRIA shall establish and maintain a nationwide geodetic control network and provide base maps for national development. Another memorandum, the NAMRIA Memorandum Circular Number 2017-01, Section 4, all survey data submitted to NAMRIA must conform to the Philippine Geodetic Reference System or the PRS 92 for integration into the National Mapping Database. Another administrative sources is the Department of Public Works and Highways or the DPWH survey guidelines for infrastructure projects. Its purpose is to regulate engineering surveys for government infrastructure projects like roads, bridges, and buildings. DPWH Standard Specifications for Highways, Section 103, states that all surveys for infrastructure project must be conducted by licensed geodetic engineers using approved geodetic reference systems. Another order, the DPWH Order Number 56, Series of 2020, Section 7, survey and mapping data submitted for government projects must comply with the required accuracy standards and coordinate system. We have also the Housing and Land Use Regulatory Board, Subdivision and Consolidation Surveys. Its purpose is to ensure proper subdivision planning and land use regulation for real estate projects. A relevant article includes HLURB Memorandum Circular Number 2016-02, Section 4. All subdivision plans must be prepared by a licensed geodetic engineer and conform to zoning and land use regulations. Another article, the HLURB Guidelines on Land Development, Section 8. All consolidation and subdivision surveys must be approved by the appropriate government agency before development permits are issued. Lastly, we have the Land Registration Authority or the LRA, survey approvals and title issuance. Its purpose to ensure that all survey plans and land titles follow the prescribed standards before issuing land titles. LRA Circular Number 2019-05, Section 6, all survey plans submitted for land titling must be verified against cadastral records and comply with the Land Registration Authority's format requirements. LRA Memorandum Circular Number 2021-02, Section 3, only surveys conducted by licensed geodetic engineers and approved by the Land Management Bureau shall be accepted for land registration. So that's it for the legal and administrative sources. Thank you.